Oh. Start screen jump scare. Hello everyone, and welcome to Bite-Sized Scares. Just as it says on the tin, a collection of very short horror games, 5 in total, with more to come apparently. By the way, all of this is completely free on Steam, so if any of these interest you, go ahead and try them out at the link in the description. This feels like just a really cool and chill way to unwind. I've always loved horror anthologies, and they work really well in game form now that I've played a few of them. I don't know what it is about the horror genre in particular that just makes it so right to, sit there for a little bit, get spooked, and then immediately move on to the next like popcorn. I don't know, maybe it's because it allows creators to stretch their legs creatively and do something sort of experimental, something that doesn't necessarily have to conform to storytelling norms. But let's view that collection and see what we've got. So, starting us off, we've got The Bewdley Incident by Aaron Wise. I'm pretty sure all of these are made by different creators. So, let's see what we got. Alright, I've had to switch to display capture because it does indeed open a separate executable. Oh, look at this. We've got those pixelated faux PS1 graphics, all taking place on a suburban street quiet in the middle of the night. It's quite comfy. Let's see how it becomes creepy. We've got lights on in one house on the left. Kinda reminds me of the Break-In Gmod map. So here we are, that most relatable of all sorts. Sitting in our room in a suburban house at night while staring at a computer screen. Okay, things just got a little bit less relatable. It seems like we're a really paranoid type. And why wouldn't you be with sounds like that out there? Look at this, we can watch through our telescope the house across the street. Are we spying on our neighbor or something? That's strange. There's a car that seems to have swerved into the grass. All the lights are on, everything seems fine. You can actually see her roam about the house. Do we have reason to be concerned, or is it that we are the bad guy here? Ghostbusters poster? Wait. Unsure. Weird movement, no lights, excess rubbish, excessive smoker, poor coordination. We're keeping profiles on each of our neighbors. You're coming onto the porch for a cigarette. This is really cool. You're just sort of staring out your front door. This guy's got no lights, so he's going to prove a bit more elusive. Let's see. Oh, we can go on our computer. We actually just have straight up Discord. The plan. Use telescope to observe the 3 houses across the road. Write or keep a mental note of anything suspicious. The evidence board has some info about the people I'm observing. Could be useful? No idea who the Skinwalker is. All I know is that it's one of these houses. Need to observe surroundings as well. The Skinwalker can change appearance. The news may have some extra info to listen to. Additional info found on PC files. When I'm ready, take the shot. Note, can't kill them in Skinwalker form. Better not miss or get it wrong, otherwise I will alert the Skinwalker to my position. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. That legitimately jump scared me. Also, I just got jump scared by bobo.exe in the top right. Unable to start. Fine. Fine by me. Also, skinvid. Okay, I believe you now. I don't think Paranoid Delusions showed us that. Aaron says, hey, I think I finally found them. Dzena says, you have? Yeah. I managed to work out where the next lot of disappearances would be based on the patterns of which they've been happening. It seems that someone around here is going to strike soon. Do you have everything you need? Yeah, I'm all set. I have my rifle for when I'm ready to take out the Skinwalker. The news will keep me updated on any info, and I have my whiteboard in case I need to write notes. So who is it? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I've narrowed it down to 3 people. I've rented out the property across from them. Going to keep an eye out for any strange things that happen. What if you're wrong? Then I guess an innocent person dies. I know that sounds harsh, but we can't keep letting these things get away with killing people. Before long, the whole town will be dead. I guess. If you don't hear from me by tomorrow evening, assume the worst. Get out of town. I will. Good luck, and don't die. Aaron and D. Zenith, by the way, the 2 creators who put together this collection. Okay, we've got the whiteboard for notes, so we can do stuff like that and like that. Is it out there? You seem okay. You're coming out for your cigarette. Still haven't seen anything from you, but... Oh wait, there you are. And we have seen this. It says for your profile, excess rubbish. But you've got excess rubbish as well. That's enough to determine that you're a skinwalker, right? And that swerved car is definitely strange on your part. Let's review this again. Excessive smoker, poor coordination, so I guess that counts. Unsure, weird movement. Well, weird movement is right. You're down there watching TV. You didn't show up for a while. I don't really feel like I have enough information to go off of. What were you saying about the news?
Good evening. We bring you this breaking news story tonight in yet another turn of events in the Bewdley massacres that has been plaguing the small town. Crundle's farm was the latest to suffer a horrific attack which left the family of 4 massacred. Police arrived during the early hours of Sunday morning to find Mr. and Mrs. Crundle along with their 2 children unrecognizable. Dental records were able to identify the victims, yet police still have no clues on who the killer might be. Local residents have been urged to stay in their homes as this marks the 7th string of murders in just over a week, bringing the total death toll to 15. Police are asking for anyone with any information to call in immediately. Further to this, police have identified that along with each crime scene, excessive amounts of rubbish were discovered, along with excessive amounts of bloody footprints indicating excessive movement, something that police do not want to disregard as a possible link to identifying the killer. Along with this, there are a list of other things that residents might want to keep a lookout for. Broken cars, excessive movement, unusual behavior, and possible sharp-edged weapons. However, this list is not extensive. More on this as the story develops.
Well, she's moving around quite a bit. And she's definitely got excess rubbish, which is unusual for that person. But then again, that's really the only unusual thing we've seen from her. If she's supposed to be moving excessively, then maybe that's not a tell. But then again, maybe I'm overthinking it. Alright. Let's try it. Do we not get to find out if we were right or not? Save your ending. You did it! As the bullet struck your target, you waited to see if anything would happen. Suddenly, the body started to melt. The former shadow of the neighbor across the road was in fact a Skinwalker. A sigh of relief fills your body. You can rest easy now. The town was safe. Your heroics will go unnoticed, and only you will understand what it is you did that eventful evening. But you don't mind. You take a breath, let out a sigh, and wonder to yourself, how long before it happens again? I'm gonna try that again. There's 3 different endings to this. That was a really cool idea, and it presented in such a creepy way. I'm actually really glad I didn't look at the computer right in front of me at first, because I enjoyed that couple minutes of being like, oh god, like what even is the idea here? In other words, I enjoyed the cold open that I gave myself. Wow, so this really was a bite-sized scare. This is such a cool concept, the idea of like a paranoia simulator where we're observing our neighbors for any differences and taking a shot hoping we're right. Because we really did not have a ton to go off of, did we? But just the atmosphere of a quiet suburban street, knowing we're going to be the one to break the silence, and that we're the only one who knows the danger. This presents in such a creepy way how we have so little to work with. Like, literally, the biggest scare in the game is opening up this PNG file. I honestly think you could totally develop this concept more. I don't know if it'll be the same person every time or if things change between playthroughs. But no, it seems like all these conditions are the same. So, let's try and shoot an innocent man, then. Wait, I wonder if I could... could I... That could also be considered excess movement, what you're doing. Smoking kills. You did it. Oh, wait. No, it was him this time. Maybe that excess movement was the tell. If we check the options, are there subtitles? There are not. But we can turn off the PS1 filter. Alright, let's try this. I'm sorry, I'm just like really fascinated by this one. Sorry we're getting hung up on it. Okay, we don't need no information, we just need to shoot. Okay, you there, sir. Or am I gonna be cursed with only being able to get the correct shot? I'm really just a crazed gunman at this point. I literally can only kill the right target. Now I've got to try getting it wrong, but we can start by leaving. Fearing for your life, you decided that this was too much for just one person to handle. You grab your keys, get in your car, and drive as far away as you can. You eventually meet up with your friend who informs you that he thinks he was followed. Braving the night, you take turns staying awake, watching out for anything suspicious. The news is updated around the clock, alerting the public that the death toll has now reached over 100 people. Wow, this thing spins out. The feeling of guilt fills the empty pit in your stomach. The thought of knowing you had stayed, you could have saved those people. Non-canon. Non-canon, we got her. Okay, suppose and I miss. Oh my god! That's no good. That's no good at all. Oh my god. Game over. You missed the shot. The echo of the bullet sounded out through the neighborhood. All eyes were drawn on your position. With haste, you threw down the rifle and bolted for the front door. Unfortunately, it was too late. The Skinwalker had already found you. As you. That is a creepy line. Made your way down the stairs, accepting your fate. You could feel the warm rush of blood as it tore into you, until finally you felt nothing. Be the wrong one this time. Does it just always say you're right? This is either bugged or it always says you're right. But we haven't gotten a wrong ending yet. Okay, I think we're moving on from this one now. So that was the Bewdley Incident, and what a great way to set the mood for a horror anthology. It was atmospheric, it was creepy, it had little moments of terror, and it was original, and it didn't overstay its welcome. As soon as you get the point, it's over and you're on to the next thing, which is exactly what you want from horror. But we'll follow that up with Buoy's Vacation by Adriano Silva. Oh, look at this. It's like the intro to a SNES kids game or something. We're gonna have a bit of a mood whiplash here, aren't we? Oh, it's Buoy. Buoy's Spooky Vacation. I can see that more clearly in the font here. Alright, let's check it out. One day, Buoy the ghost had a new idea for an adventure. He wanted to explore the vast seas of the world of ghosts. He built himself a nice boat and sailed across the sea, enjoying the endless blue. Near a strait, Buoy saw something mysterious happen to a huge ship. Something creepy came from the sky and invaded it. That certainly is something creepy, wow. Somehow in a world of ghosts, this thing stands out as uniquely terrifying. A dangerous haunting. Buoy sails to the nearest lighthouse, searching for the witness of the attack. Look at that, there's even a map screen. Huh? Indeed, look. This sort of reminds me of, like, the graphics of an early 2000s Splash game, but there's a weird amount of detail in it, especially compared to the title screen. Like, it's pixel art, and it looks really good, but it's like, it's almost just a little too detailed, and because of the shading gradient, it's kind of like a video game that's somehow been left to soak in coffee. It's a little bit of an unsettling contrast, and though it looks good, it makes me wonder if there's going to be, like, an even creepier twist. But this is really cool, because while an anthology should be united by a common theme, in this case creepy and comfy, with this leaning more towards the latter, you should still have a variety of more specific feelings within that. So this is really, really neat. Huh? Where's the lighthouse keeper? Ooh. Buoy! Louie! We're named Buoy just so this guy can be named Louie with that spelling, huh? You won't believe what happened. I was doing my job, just following my day, when a big haunting came and took over an entire ship. I saw it. It's creepy, and the ship is blocking the strait now. We need to do something about it. But it's super spooky. It came like a big dark cloud and invaded the ship. It's probably very strong with the number of ghosts it imprisoned. This is so weird. This is like late night talk show music. That's why we have to beat that's why we have to beat it. What can we do to enter the ship and save the innocent ghosts? I see. Let's try to help them. For that, you'll have to gather pieces of the haunting's memory. Small pieces of information about the haunting that, once you put them together, you can cross the protective barrier. For now, you'll know a bit of its secrets. Cool. How do I find those memory pieces? Search around this whole sea area, and in all the places you can visit. Memory pieces spread with the wind, and you'll also find ghosts that can help you put the pieces together. Thanks, Louie! Search around this whole sea area, and all the places you can visit. Good luck, Buoy! Okay. Press the right mouse button to enter, but in the meantime, we can sail around this whole sea. This is oddly satisfying. There's a little bit of drift to the movement. And that trail behind us. This soundtrack seems so out of place for the style of game, and yet I love it. Okay, let's press the right mouse button to enter this little boathouse. Nice boat, Buoy. Thanks. I made it myself to explore the sea, but right now I'm trying to get to it. Oh, I heard a big ship is blocking the strait. Yes, it's a ghost ship. Now I'm trying to find pieces of memories of the haunting that took over it. Oh no, what happened? You see, as an inventor, I like to see how things work. So I found one of those pieces and cut it open to see how it worked. Wow, what did you discover? Well, it might be just a tiny flying piece of shiny paper, but now it's in pieces. Don't worry. Can I try to put it back together? Sure, I'll get the pieces for you. Oh, we're doing a puzzle, and we're gonna get to see what one of the hauntings' memories look like. And now I'm starting to see where this thing might be secretly creepier than it's letting on. It kind of got us used to that upbeat, happy music, you know, the kind of thing that is meant to set you at ease on late-night television. But now that we're engaging with this haunting directly, the imagery is, even from when we can't tell what it is, a little bit more potentially brutal. And it's silent except for a wind that's come over us. Alright, so we'll want to start putting these pieces together. The question is, where do they connect? This one in the middle, we can't really... Oh no, yeah, if we bring it too close, it just says that that's the right spot. Yeah, it is utilizing the tried and true horror concept of whiplash. Of getting us used to one feeling and then blindsiding us with another. That's not right. This is probably going to be a bottom corner. You probably go here, no. You go there. You're a corner. The trick with puzzles is always to start with the edges. So you'll go there, and you'll go there. You probably more right here, yes. We're not quite ready for you yet. You go there. Look at you, a tortured, screaming man bound in barbed wire. I wonder where that haunting came from to have such a memory. Acting on an anonymous tip, officers located a makeshift hut within the wooded area. Inside, they found a deceased man, tied with barbed wire and showing signs of blunt force trauma. The victim has been suspended, allowing his blood to drain slowly. The perpetrator was not present. Not only is that a dark memory, it sort of sounds like the location we're in right now. The hut may provide valuable insight into the perpetrator's methods. The slow draining of the blood indicates a level of ritualistic behavior. Nice one, Buoy! I hope the memory piece helps in your quest. And that's it. Oh, this is a cool one. This is one of the more effective bait and switches I've seen. Can't wait to see how it shakes out. Say, this looks like a hut in the woods. Look at you, you're glowing. Hello there, Spooky. Buoy, how you doing? Fine, thanks. I'm on my way trying to find memory pieces to solve a problem with a ghost ship. You're storing information in that crystal? Exactly. I'm storing information we've gathered on natural resources around this place, so later we can read them like books. Ooh, that's amazing. Have you seen something like a shiny particle flying around? I think I've seen something around the crystals I have stored here. Feel free to check them. Okay. Nothing there. Nor there. You did it! Oh my. Officers discovered a deceased person in a back alley. The individual's identity is being withheld for now. The body exhibited extreme trauma. Internal organs may have been ruptured, resulting in blood being expelled from the mouth. The victim was almost completely drained of blood. The state of the body is deemed too graphic for public release. The information is being kept internal to prevent widespread panic. Okay, including that in the public report is guaranteed to cause panic. You did it! You found a new piece! Thanks for letting me look around. It was a pleasure to help you in your quest. This is so cool because, in its way, it feels like some horrible reality is bleeding into this cutesy game. Well, there's only one location left before the ship, I think. Hello there, Groovy. Hi, Buoy. You're in an adventure today? More or less. I'm on my way to find memory pieces. Have you seen any? I think part of the creepy thing about this is that none of you acknowledge what you're seeing. I think I did. There's this weird shiny thing that's been moving around. It's bothering my guests, and it won't leave the inn. Think you can catch it? Okay, we can try, but that's going to be sort of tough. Okay, is your route consistent? Not that I can see. There we go! Amazing! I know it's coming, and it still knocks me down every time. Jolt to the spine, that is. While conducting a late-night patrol of the town's perimeter, officers discovered a severed head affixed to a section of barbed wire fence. It was secured with the wire and faced towards the town. Preliminary examination indicates the head is male. There is minimal blood present. Exsanguination, just like the first one. An internal meeting was held to discuss the severed head and its potential connection to the vampire of Duskwood. It was decided that the information will remain confidential for the time being. The risk of public panic is too high. Amazingly done, Buoy. Thanks for getting rid of that thingy. Now my guests will enjoy their stay. That wind, that howl has remained even behind the music. Okay. Is that all? There's nothing for us to find here. That would mean that we've got everything, right? I saw a couple of little splashes right here for a second. Alright, I guess that means we're ready. There's a mysterious barrier blocking the ship. Okay, do I not have all the memories? Is there anywhere else for me to go? Oh, I've got to enter this area here. Responding to reports of a strong, foul odor, officers entered an abandoned warehouse on 3rd Street. Inside, they discovered multiple large, black plastic bags. The bags contained dismembered human remains. Preliminary examination indicates the remains belong to several individuals, including confirmed missing persons. The flesh of the remains has been thoroughly drained of blood, consistent with the previous incident. So now the question is, why is this thing here? While conducting routine patrols, officers discovered a human arm within the wooded area of the park. Very minimal traces of blood were found surrounding it, almost as if it had been meticulously cleaned. The body from which the arm was removed has not been located. The severed arm has been identified through fingerprints as belonging to Michael Garrison, male, age 35, a resident of Duskwood. Mr. Garrison was reported missing by his wife 3 days prior to the arm's discovery. Anything more? Buoy, you found many memory pieces. I can use them to create a key for you to enter the haunted ship. Amazing! Please use your kinetic powers. I'll fuse the pieces together to form a magic artifact that works like a key. Well, yes, but it'll be a combination of memories that had been scattered, wouldn't it? Is that dangerous? It's done. Thank you, Spooky. Now I can enter that ship and free the innocent ghosts. Good luck, Buoy. You can do it. Is it possible that those innocent ghosts are perhaps the victims? Well, the barrier is gone. Buoy got inside the ship. The combined memory pieces found made one last memory surface. Based on forensic analysis of the hut and few clues found, a suspect has been identified as Adam Vance, a reclusive resident of Duskwood. Officers proceeded to his apartment at 8 Maple Ridge Apartments. Upon arrival, Vance attempted to hide by jumping through a window and dangling from the ledge. He subsequently lost his grip and fell 8 stories. Vance sustained multiple injuries from the fall, including severe fractures and a pulverized jaw. He was transported to Duskwood General Hospital, where he succumbed. A search of Vance's apartment revealed numerous glass bottles containing human blood, stored in a refrigerated unit. The apartment also contained detailed maps of Duskwood, marked with the locations of the victims' residences. Further forensic examination of the apartment is underway. The discovery of the blood and maps confirms Vance's involvement in the Vampire of Duskwood killings. The stored blood suggests a disturbing level of obsession. Ironically, the Vampire of Duskwood met his end due to internal bleeding. I'm here to free the innocent ghosts trapped in this shadow. I know you can hear me, and I know who you are, for I have seen in your memories. You're the assassin known as the Vampire of Duskwood. Your days of horror are over. Crawl in completely silently. I'll send you to where you belong. Your jaw pulverized just like in the story. Move mouse up and down to avoid Haunting's projectiles. Left click to throw punches. Find its weak spot. Oh my god. Ooh. Your eye, perhaps? There we are. Oh wow, this is an unexpected gameplay change. It's kind of like, I don't know why I'm thinking of Contra. I can't think of games right now. Okay, that's 3 hits on you, I think. 2 on me. That's another hit. Nope. Nope. It's so hard to pay attention to 2 sides of the screen at once. Oh, come on. That's a hit. Come on. Am I any closer at all? So is it just me, or are you moving faster? Ow. I think I'm fading out. Come on, how many times do I need to do this? And I'm dead. This is annoying. Okay, the soundtrack is repeating. Whoa! Oh, well, we found the ghosts. All of your victims contained within. Once more, though, this is really... I still have to hit the eye. Come on. Die, please. Die. Oh my god, just die. Oh my god, just die. And we lose. This is really annoying. I'm actually not sure if I've ever seen projectiles come up this way. You'll come up this way, so it seems like the way to beat this might actually just be to camp the top of the screen. I mean, I don't know if your other form will do this. But yeah, no, I think I found the way to break this. Only because this was so annoying to begin with. Yeah, no, these things only follow certain paths. You're not actually shooting at me. Oh, that's one way to cheese it. Breaking open, and presumably soon we'll free those souls. This takes a really long time. There we go. We're breaking open a little more each time, I think. Maybe it's just me, but you're starting to bleed. There we go. And this cutesy illustration is how we finish that off. But we fought and beat the haunting, the spirit of the man known as the Ghost of Duskwood. Weakened, he couldn't hide anymore. He was located by the Mackay? Mackay's gate opened like a mouth, and the criminal was drawn to the depths of hell. Ooh, he did it! The tripulation of the ship was free and thankful. Now the ghosts could enjoy peace again. Thank you for playing this game. Okay, that's enough of that. So that was Buoy's vacation, and it was anything but a vacation. But it was definitely one of the more effective uses of a bait-and-switch in horror. I mean, the idea of a cutesy children's game that slowly introduces darker and more serious creepy elements is certainly nothing new. But what I think I liked the most about this one was its lack of acknowledgement. No acknowledgement by the characters, no gradual change in the overall game. As you're playing, it will show you these things, and then just immediately continue on as if it didn't, and it maintains that right through the end. So, on to the next. A Date to Remember by D. Zenith. That photo doesn't give us much to go on, but it certainly gets the imagination running. Hey, pretty lady? You there? Hey. Yeah, I'm available. What's up? Good. I was wondering if you would be interested in going on another date? Sure, I'm down. What do you have in mind? How about my grandma's place? She makes a bangin' soup. Never in my years of dating has someone invited me to their grandmother's place, but I'm willing to try new things. Time and place? I'll call you. Awaken, grandmother. I have brought another vessel. Playing his grandmother. That was just the opening screen. That is so creepy. Remember what I said before about abrupt transitions from one mood to the next? Well, that's not only true within the anthology, the games themselves are doing a good job of it. I wonder what kind of world this is creating. Oh, look. We had like a 2D pixel art style intro, but we're in faux PS1 3D here. Well, when your world looks like this, no wonder this is the kind of date you go on. For all I know, this is entirely expected. Let's try and keep ourselves in the light, shall we? Well, this over-the-shoulder view combined with the pixelation, it makes it kind of tough to see. I lost? Oh, ending 1, GTFO. prematurely leave the premises. I was just trying to explore around. But I guess there are multiple endings here. We have different ways to play this, and that was probably the right one. I don't know why, but I just really love this style. This heavy smog falling over a desolate street. It almost feels sickly, like it's tinged green and brown. It really feels like a bad dream, especially since, we as the player have already gotten a glimpse of what this is, potentially, but we're still playing as someone who doesn't know. In other words, we simultaneously do and don't, much like a nightmare. Can we have a look in the windows? We sort of can, but I see no one. One of these front lights is out. And it's pretty dark in the house, too. Hello? We can look around by holding right-click. Hello? Is anyone there? Doesn't look like it, and I am not seeing the bangin' soup I was promised. Can you look around at things? The furniture is all overturned. It looks like there was a struggle here. Have you nothing to say about any of this? You can hear the faint rattle of the fan overhead. Wow, 2 dining rooms? This lady must be loaded. Yeah, this place is totally trashed. There's boxes in the way of this doorway. Is there something on the table? Ooh, we can push these chairs out of the way. I'm really worried now that we're gonna have to run from something and the clutter will block us. Obtained fuse. Okay, now me personally, I wouldn't just walk in and stick around if nobody was there. Like, are they not expecting me? We were having a conversation on a smartphone, you know. Huh, a basement. So that's neat. We got a long closet under the stairs. And a boarded up room at the end of the hall. I can hear someone breathing in here. How do you not head for the hills? You've been on one date. Obtained key. Beneath a smashed mirror. Is it too late to walk out the front door? I mean, really, what would happen if I tried it? Is this the 3rd dining room we've encountered? No, it's just the 2nd. We still have the opportunity to leave. Sitting area upstairs. This house is much more than what it seemed like from the outside. I normally don't like faux PS1 graphics. A lot of the time I think they're unnecessary. I don't even know if they're necessary here, but yeah, let's not. But I don't know, it's like I was saying a second ago, it creates that dreamlike sense of anticipation. A sense of unreality. Wow, it is dark in this little attic. Oh my god. Probably good to have things beforehand, right? A crowbar. I can probably use that to break into the dark room. What the hell is happening in the room below me? I don't know, but if you want to equip that crowbar, now's the time to do it. We can break these boards down off this door. Obtained another fuse, that's 2. I'm guessing the fuse box is going to be in the basement, right? Oh. And you know what I'm also noticing while we're here? This house has a lot of looping hallways. All the better to run in from a chasing enemy. The fact that there's not even music, just the sounds of the house and our footsteps. Okay, if there's anything else at all, I need to see it. I think we've been just about everywhere. By the way, I realize that's the same creature that we saw on the EXE on our desktop in the first game. Okay, let's find out where Granny is. By the way, it seems very counterintuitive that if you want to sacrifice me to Grandmother, that you would do it, like, by having me go through this whole process. Okay, there is sunlight in the basement, although not nearly enough. We got another fuse from the TV. Now where's that fuse box? Cobwebs in the corner. There's the fuse box. Oh no. 15 seconds? Let's get out of here. 10, 9, oh my god. It's even harder to find our way out now. 2 seconds to spare. Ending 5, live another day. Survive your worst date yet. Look at this. This is so cool. It's a game that is open-ended to where having horror protagonist instincts can actually see you through. Now it's just a question of how do we screw this up? After all, we haven't really seen much in the way of horror. Once we plug in those fuses, we've got 15 seconds to escape, probably destroying the grandmother and the house in the process. I'm not really sure why that burned the place down. Was this place just not equipped to have electricity in the walls? And for that matter, how is all this stuff working? So, picking up the crowbar causes something to happen in the room below us. This time we'll be ready, but we won't make a beeline straight for the basement. See, now it feels like a recurring dream. The kind where things go a little bit differently. We see a little more every time. Only this time we're going to investigate the noise. We have to know. I'll tell you one thing, the pixelated style definitely increases the anxiety walking into a room. It's like even if something were in front of us, I have no faith that I would be able to do something about it. This opened its own, and I'm dead. Ending 3. Prey slaughtered. Succumb to your date's schemes. So, front door is closed now. Now that we've got all the fuses and the crowbar. We know that entering the dark room is death. So what happens if we just preemptively burn the house down without actually even knowing anything is going on? We are a very strange protagonist, Just walks in and starts prying boards down. Okay. We do this. Kill grandmother. What happens? Wait, what happens if I run towards that room instead of out? Oh, something falls into the way. Okay, well, what happens if I die in the fire? Ending 4, smoky lungs. Failed to get out of the house, engulfed in smoke. I'm a little surprised by this game that there really is no, like, enemy or really anything to see once we start. It really is just an adventure game with a creepy atmosphere. I truly have no idea what else you would do for another ending, but I imagine it would have to have something to do with this sealed off room with all the boxes, right? I'm at an absolute loss for what to do for the last ending. This isn't gonna open up. So that was A Date to Remember. And it had a super spooky and oppressive vibe. It had some of the best atmosphere I've seen in a while. But I feel like it's missing something. I really liked the whiplash of having what seemed like a normal, nice conversation over text in the beginning, and then immediately into whatever was going on with grandmother. And I was looking forward to seeing more of that, but it didn't really feel like it tied into any of what was happening in the game. Like, the only reason we have any idea what's going on here is because of that opening cutscene, and it doesn't really enter into it at any point in the game proper. And so, we're really just a victim who dies by entering a room and cutting to black, or we're a psychopath who burns down a house. I guess you could classify it as a mood more than a game, and it certainly succeeded at that. But on to the next. The Nest by Aaron Wise. Is the nest down in an old abandoned mine? Oh boy. Alright, well, let's look at our settings. Okay, all good, good, good.
What is that? The fuck is that? Ugh. I gotta get out of here.
Yes, you do. You've discovered predators. Okay, let's run towards those pixels in the distance. The light is our only hope. I just had a horrible thought as I was getting close.
They're trying to blow the tunnel. I should make my way to the top and get out.
What do you mean they're trying to blow the tunnel? Do they know about this? Also, who's they and who are we? But as I was coming here, I had the thought, what if I'm running the wrong way? What if these aren't lights hanging from the ceiling, but spider's eyes reflecting back at me? But it's certainly emphasizing the distance, the idea that everything is a long way away. Music just cut out. Come on, man. It's an elevator in a video game, and the sides are open. So take your pick as to what's going to go wrong here. Wow, we are really, really deep down. Oh. I've never seen an elevator accelerate upwards before. Let me out, please. Can I really not take this lantern with me? Exit sublevels. We've got to follow the signs. Oh no, but it's gonna lie to me, isn't it?
Ah, just my luck. Those idiots blew the walkway out of here. I'm sure there's some wood laying around here I can use.
You can make that jump, come on. To survive whatever you found, you can jump that. We need 5 boards of wood. Notice to all employees, please take extra care in the lower sections of the mines. There have been reports of people getting bitten in the water. Bitten by what? What lives down here? Even roaches shouldn't really be here, should they? Please seek medical care urgently in something... I can't read that. In something break room if you are hurt. In the break room if you're hurt. God, it is so dark. Even directly beneath the lights. There are some times where I really question if a faux PS1 aesthetic is necessary, and this is one of those times. I thought the last one sort of benefited. So what's with the buzzing of flies? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, it's a thing, it's a thing, it's a thing! Oh no. Can I hide in here? You know right where I am. Okay, ring around this. And we need to make it past you. We need a break line of sight somehow. Insect creatures in a mine. Excavation. You know what? Just keep rounding corners. Welp, it's pitch dark down here. It's over this way. I can hear your buzzing. Are we gonna find a flashlight or something? Could we really not at any point have picked up that lantern? We're on the lookout for 5 planks. We can't jump or make do. After all, we are an engineer. It's all about safety first. Still, it seems like this is a regular mining operation. They said to seek medical attention in the break room, so maybe there's something we can heal with if need be? Power room notice. Whoever keeps messing with the generators, please stop. We need the power to see. Believe me, you don't want to be in here when this place is dark. You could hurt yourself. I can imagine, but there's another plank. I'm guessing these things are all going to be at the major landmarks then. But oh my god, well, that sucks. I guess it didn't see me somehow. God, you are infested. I don't know if that's your own wings or if there's smaller bugs buzzing around you, but either way, you are something repulsive. I'm sorry, that was rude. I couldn't tell if it was the dripping of water or a skittering sound on my left. What I will say is that this is a bit less of an original concept as far as I can tell. I mean, the concept of discovering insect creatures in a mine is pretty original. But it is ultimately just a maze where we find some objects so we can move on. It is basically just another Slender. Alright, let's head toward the break room. Tunnel A. Can we push this thing down? A lever to remove the brake. So we're looking for more objects than just the boards. There's a radio which we cannot use. Oh god. I quit. I can't do this anymore. For weeks now, I've been telling management there's something down here. Call me crazy, but I keep seeing these glowing red eyes just staring back at me every time I'm doing some work down below. I'm not sleeping. My wife thinks I'm going crazy, but no one is listening to me. Not to mention these infested kekons we keep digging up from time to time. One guy was so badly burnt from squishing one of them that he ended up in hospital with third-degree burns. I wish I could say more, but if any of you want to meet me at Joe's bar in town one night after work, I'll gladly tell you all more. Aaron. Well, it's too late now. Also, I don't think it pauses the game when we open these notes. So we've been stalked for some time. We found another piece of wood, maybe. That's why this place was all ready to seal me down here with explosives. Okay, so we can heal if we need to. I wonder if that's going to be reusable. By the way, break room is where we get our medical attention. We're also looking for a lever, though.
I need some sort of lever to remove the brake.
Oh, and there you are. Okay, great. Great, great, great. You're still coming. Yep. I've never been a fan of these types of patrolling enemy in a maze, find the objects games. And it's not great to look at either, honestly. Like, it's very dark, and that combined with the pixelated graphics, which are totally unnecessary. Well, we're in Tunnel B and moving downward. Maybe I would have been better off staying lower. Not really, but it feels that way. People talked about getting bit in the water. These lights aren't doing much for us. Come on, 3 planks is enough for you to walk across. I really hope it's gonna play that chase music when you're after me, or that I'll be able to hear your buzzing, because I certainly can't see anything as is. Oh god, what's that sound? That doesn't sound good. You know what, I'm tempted to just go back and see if I really can pick up that thing. Because it is so dark, I feel like I need to be able to have some sort of light source. Wow, we're really getting deep into this thing. A lot of turns with not much of a clue as to how to get back. I really think we're going to end up running out of here. This kind of reminded me of Killer Croc's level in Batman Arkham Asylum. Yeah, this is surprisingly linear past a point. And we make our way to the other side of this thing. Opening this up. Okay. Some sort of progress. Cool. I really wonder what happens if we die, though. Like, will we have to restart this entire thing? I'm catching glimpses of red. Yep, it's you. Tunnel A. I'll place you there. And down you go. I wonder if we can find 2 planks of wood in a mine down here specifically. Hopefully that noise doesn't bring that thing in. It hasn't really done much to pursue me throughout this. The real issue would be getting cornered. Oh, did I get the lever back? I'm not quite sure what I'm clicking on. Maybe I need to find an item to get through. Either way, here's another board. I just need one more. There's got to be something else somewhere, though. It can be very difficult to tell if something I'm looking for is right in front of me with these graphics. Is that a board right there? No, that's a pickaxe, and we can't take it. Oh my god, you're right there. Alright, let's start a really sluggish chase. Around as many corners as we can. I guess we only needed one. Okay, we're walking in the pitch black again. Because I can't find this plank anywhere. Oh, here we go. It was in this random nook in the back. And now there's chase music. So that's never good. Oh, it probably knows right where I am, doesn't it? Hopefully we can get out of here before it shows up. Maybe we can peek ahead a bit. No. I think this is the way out. Yes. I really hope this thing's not going to be any more of a threat in this moment than it was before. Oh god, what if there's more than one now? There would certainly have to be more than one. That's how it is with roaches. If you can see one, there's a million more behind the wall. We need to make our way back to the exit. I don't hear anything so far. But the soundtrack has me nervous. Right here? There we go. Yeah, you really needed all that. And we can blow the tunnel behind us. Man, those are some sturdy boards. I can see why you wanted them. Okay, let's take the elevator out. Just think how deep we've been this entire time. We took that long elevator ride up here, and another long elevator ride out. I'd like to think that we sealed whatever that was down there, but this is a horror game. Can we trust the light at the end of the tunnel? I guess we can. But there we are. Oh god, I really, really hope this isn't going to trigger any copyright problems. But yeah, that was The Nest, and I definitely think it's the weakest one I've played so far. It had the problem that always happens with maze games, where the monster might as well not even be there. You're really just holding down Shift W until you find all the pieces. And until then, it is just so bland to look at. It's super dark. The faux PS1 graphics make it even muddier. And it's definitely another case where I think the faux PS1 really has no reason to be here. Seems we've only one left in this anthology, and that's Statuum by D. Zenith. I see we're doing faux VHS and faux PS1. Again, how to play Leave. Press escape to access the settings menu. You are not safe while in the settings menu. So we can run, look at things, zoom the camera with right mouse button, and toggle the lantern with F. It grows impatient and becomes faster the longer you take to escape. So it, whatever it is, wants us to leave. By the way, that's really neat having creepy wording, ambiguous wording in the tutorial. Well, it seems we've got another maze game, in a hedge maze this time. Question is, where are we going? How will we know the exit when we see it? Oh, no. Oh my god. I can hear something trudging out there! What were you? You like some kind of dog or statue? Okay, we've got a key. I'm starting to think maybe we have to catch you in our gaze before you reach us. We need to listen out and figure out which direction you're coming from. But if this really is going to get more difficult as we go, then we're going to have some issues here. And we always know when you're out and about, God. You're a gargoyle. And a weeping angel. You can only move when we're not looking. And every once in a while, you'll teleport out of view. No, you don't. We need to know where you are, and we need to be looking behind us. Maybe you're flaming out. Maybe that happens when... I got you. Okay. Hey there, I didn't even realize it was you, because I never heard you running. I imagine you'll always take the shortest path, probably. Great. And, well, we found this, but now we don't have the key. It is so dark and so hard to navigate. Which is the point of a maze. There are certain landmarks we can make use of. The gazebo, that fountain. This is where we started, roughly. You literally just disappeared, bro. I don't know if there's any way for me to get by you. Can you grab me while you're like this? Maybe it's good to keep you close by to me. Your teleportation is actually your only advantage when you think about it. We need to keep on moving. But yeah, by keeping you in view, we can sort of stop you from teleporting for a time. But you really do. Once we hear you, you get up to us very, very quickly. And sometimes with not much sound. Okay, we got that. Away we go. You escaped. Wow, that really was a bite-sized scare. That was the shortest one yet. So that was Statuum, and I have to say, even though there was much less content to it technically than Nest, I still feel like it was a little bit more interesting. Like, the graphics were a bit more suited for what it was doing, It had that really dark, low contrast look, and it had the nice atmospherics of the birds and crickets around us. And the enemy was a lot better. Like, we're in Nest, it practically didn't even need to be there, because it was just kind of patrolling around. Usually it was a million miles from me. And even when it did spot me, it pretty much just meant I had to hold down shift for a little while and it would go away. With this, it definitely felt like much more of a constant threat. I really liked how, if you heard it, you had enough time to turn and look at it. It was very directional, but it really was like instant. You had to be on the ball. And it was also very quick. Like, this kind of thing would not have stayed interesting for very long. And so it just isn't very long. And that's the whole point of an anthology like this. Something that only really works in these little, like, few-minute increments. And just giving it a platform where it can be that while still feeling like an overall complete experience. And I have to say, this really was a well-rounded group of horror games. I had my criticisms, really, of each, especially the last two. But there's just a lot going on here. We have like a 2D, almost faux children's game. We have a deduction game. We had whatever the heck A Date to Remember was, and even the confusion there makes it pretty interesting and causes it to stand out all its own. An anthology is such a great way for developers to just explore different ideas. Even if something doesn't necessarily work, it allows them to kind of stretch their legs and just experiment, see what they're good at, see what they like in development. And so I think something like this is as valuable for creators as it is for an audience. It also means you can have these little experimental ideas in a collection and not have them be individually overlooked where they otherwise might be. 5 games from 3 creators and maybe more to come. This was an excellent way to get some quick fix variety. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, the link will also be in the description. Remember, it's free. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.